Hey everybody, so Dr. Vince, physical therapist here, and there was a comment on Facebook this morning that I jumped in on, and whether right or wrong, whatever it is, what it is, you don't have to be a good therapist in order to be a good businessman, right? And I'm going to just do a quick turn here to see if I can catch the sign somewhere. I'll catch it. There it is. So I'm at Sam's Club right now, right? Joliet. I worked here for 1997 to 2003-ish, 2004-ish. And while working here, I went from cart guy, but he's got it easy because he's got the little machine that does everything for him. Went from cart guy to cashier supervisor, service desk, membership desk, overnights, stocker, tire mounter, freezer cooler, center section where we folded clothes. This is the place that made me a better therapist. And this is the place that makes me a better boss. This is the place that makes me a better business person. Because the stuff that I learned here is universal, right? When I started working at Sam's Club, Sam Walton was still alive. And there was something called the 10-foot rule, which means that if a person who was a customer here, a member at Sam's Club, 8298, what's up, shout out. If there was a member that walked in and you saw them within 10 feet of you, you stopped and you said, hello, how can I help you? I personally believe in that, right? Part of that could be just that I'm outgoing, and so for me it's easier to do that. But those basic rules, right? Help the person who needs help. Ask the person if they need help, because you don't know if they need help until you ask. It's those basic premises that helped me to get to where I'm at, because none of the patient interaction stuff that I use during my daily my daily grind, essentially, treating patients and trying to manage budgets, did I learn in PT school. They don't teach you that very well. They teach you basic conditions, contraindications, what shouldn't you do, when do you not move a patient, but they don't really tell you how to help patients. They don't tell you how to get into to people, right? My last patient today, I didn't have anybody after him, and so we talked for a while, right? I mean, I kept this patient for well over an hour because I could, and had plenty of time, and the person had an interesting story, and so why not hear it, right? And that's the type of stuff that I learned here at Sam's Club, loading up for those of you that don't know, Joe's Hot Dogs. Joe's Hot Dogs is very popular in Joliet. And, I can remember as a 16-year-old loading up the car for Joe with cases of pop. I mean, the guy would come in just buy ungodly amounts of pop, right? And so I remember loading up the cases of pop as a 16-year-old. And Joe would simply say, kid, if you treat people well, you'll do well. It's those basic premises in life that make you good at your job. It's just being a good person first, right? And so, somebody posed the question, Anthony Maritato, Tony, this is out for you, man. Do you have to be a good therapist to be a good businessman? No, not at all. Do you have to be a good therapist to run a good, profitable therapy business? No, not at all. If you understand business principles and you understand how to speak to people, you can run a good, profitable business in which everybody's happy, employees are happy, patients are happy, owner is happy. It would be good if you at least know the basics and you understand how to treat patients so you can ensure that your employees are doing what's safe and right. But if the patients are satisfied and they're getting good outcomes, it doesn't really matter if you understand what they're doing, right? Because they don't need to understand what I'm doing in order to make sure that the business is staying profitable or keeping the doors open. There's transparency to a point, but at some point, those things that happen behind the scenes, they stay behind the scenes because it's not their stress, it's not their burden that they have to carry. So yes, I do believe you can be a great business owner without ever being a great therapist. And the skills that you learn to be a good therapist, you may never have learned in the field of physical therapy. They may have been learned outside of the field of physical therapy through life experience. And the same thing holds true for being a good business owner, a good manager. That could all be learned outside of being within the profession that you're in. You could have learned that through life itself. So yeah, hope this was informative for you. Just real quick shout out since I'm here and might as well say it. 2003, I think there were 200 employees at Sam's, 189 employees at Sam's Club, 8298, what's up, was Employee of the Year. Just saying, just in case you guys didn't know. Employee of the Year, and I quit soon after that. So for those of you that know me, the grind means more than the climb, right? Means more than the rewards. The grind is extremely important, and it's the journey that I really enjoy. And once I got to the top of the heap, right, once I made it to the top, it was time for me to move on. And if you guys really know me, you've seen me do that over and over again in my career. When I've maxed out a certain position, it's time for me to go. I've done all I can, and it's time for me to seek out the new challenge. So I hope this inspired you. If nothing else, I hope it educated you. And, please go out there and find your challenge, find your journey, and take that cause.